Stormzy replaced Mozart.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I even finish the sentence? In UK music classroom.
Yes.
Of course.
Definitely.
Okay. Well.
I mean, let me tell you why.
I mean, let me just do the statement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
I'll put it
Alright,
up.
sorry.
Because me
Okay.
asking the question and you guys bare shouted it out.
Okay,
I
sorry.
hadn't finished.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. You're excited. It's good. I love it. The energy is great. So the music we listen to today is not highlighted in today's classrooms. I don't know about everybody else, but me myself, I studied music. So and at college in secondary school, and it was pretty much there was no urban section. Let's say it was what rock and roll, Oasis. That was the best we got in pop culture. So we've obviously heard you've all said yes. So why? The floor is open.
I did music in school, and then I went to college and wasted 3 years of my life doing music technology.
Oh snap!
So
Mad.
I honestly couldn't tell you the first thing about Mozart. Why? Because I weren't listening.
Okay.
But if it was about Stormzy, but what are we going to learn about Stormzy?
So that's exactly what I was now going to say. Is Stormzy the right person to represent the urban catalogue?
I would say he definitely
Because
Depends on how they
in
teach
musical
in school.
terms, because obviously when you was in school, you was learning about certain music GCSE, we was learning about Mozart because of the music he had scores. He was learning about scoring music, and Mozart was an example of that. With Oasis, he was learning about structure and chorus, verse, chorus, and how that works. So with Stormzy, I mean, I guess if you will have the rap section, and you would have to obviously learn about that. But I mean, like in terms of educating the children, because you could talk about him doing books and stuff and all of that, but is that music? You wouldn't learn that in the music curriculum. So what would you then?
It depends. So obviously music has progressed
Mm-hmm.
a lot since Mozart. Mozart was there
Evolution,
playing on
evolution.
keyboard, and now we got synthesized sounds. So with Stormzy being taught in schools, it's about taking from Stormzy. So it's not just about getting a song and saying what sounds can you hear, because I did music tech too, and that's exactly what they said. Play this. Well, what can you hear? Name the instruments. No, but it's about the mix, how he put the thought into what he did, ad-libbing, the industry, how he goes about things. So if the information was readily available, Stormzy offered out like, this is how I went about things, because it's hard to go in the industry.
Yeah.
So it's about how to progress in the industry,
So that's
where
literally
to
what
put your
happened as
music
well.
and what to do with it. Because obviously, with Mozart, it was different for him, completely different. So us learning Mozart now isn't really beneficial for foundation, like hearing notes and instruments and sounds, yeah, of course. But for the more progressive and advanced piece of music, if you actually want to go into that industry, yeah, Stormzy would be a good person to look at. He
So
came
then,
from...
do you think they should have a music business class for
Yeah,
GCSE
100%.
students?
That's what I was
Because
about to say.
music
Yes.
isn't.
Yeah,
Everything
yes.
you're saying is correct, but you also have to remember what music is
yeah.
at GCSE is theory.
But-
so Stormzy isn't gonna. I'm not disagreeing. I 100% think they need to have somebody in the curriculum for music, but learning about how to get into the industry isn't what music GCSE is for. So would you then have a music business like section? Do you know what I mean? So it's like classic. Do you know what I mean?
I had music GCSE, and
I did music GCSE and I did music tech.
Yeah.
So I did music GCSE because obviously I played instruments and it was a classical thing. I had to do that. We learned theory. I had to do that. So that was what it was initially. Fuck off. It was to aid my music in classic shit, you know, like that. But then obviously I did music tech at college, and that was a completely different thing. We learned more about the technical side and production and whatever. We did a small segment of like production in music GCSE when Cubase was still popping, and we just learned like how to score on Cubase, but it was literally just learning theory because that's what it was, classics. That's why it was there. So then maybe they could add to the syllabus music business section and have the dirt, but then they still need to have a more rich urban section because there's more genres that have been made. There's like more genres have been developed and whatever, and the way you hear music and all of that. Like I genuinely do feel like that needs to be taught, because do you think I knew what an A&R was when I was 15?
Yeah.
Do you think I knew that for an artist to be heard, that's like one of the key steps and all the, do you think I knew that? I thought you just got picked and yeah, you're famous.
But I feel like that would make it more appealing for people that don't necessarily actually like to do music. I don't play an instrument. I can't sing. I can't rap. But actually, I want to do music. I'm interested. I'm still interested.
No,
in
100%. Which is why I feel like they should add to it.
100%. Because I don't even know what I learned in music. I honestly I couldn't tell you right now what I learned in music. Google has taught me more.
YouTube
and everything else has taught me more in the 5 years
100%.
that I went to school. Like I honestly don't even know what I learned in school, to be honest with you.
Stormzy said that he made $1 million off Graham, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how did you make the million, isn't it?
But that's then the business.
That's the
business.
That's
what
they
see,
should
but
add.
that's the problem
business
that's
side.
in schools, because the business side is actually a much bigger percentage
Now,
of the whole music sector than the music.
Yeah.
Today it's not even really about the music. It's about how you put yourself out there and portray yourself and what you do to be seen.
I just feel like they need to have their own business thing, because you can't cram all. I study A&R and music management, right? And I promise you, 86% of the course was all about business, marketing, how to put all of that stuff. In my head, I'm like, I'm rolling my eyes like, do I care? But I promise you, I know way too much.
Like, do you actually?
Well,
do you
you
need
better
to?
to know
100%, you
little.
need to.
It's
So I
important.
feel like they should definitely do that.
Do you actually think 30 Why You Coming Fast was funny?
No,
I actually don't think it's funny at all.
No.
I just think the way it was marketed was funny.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
That it's
Yeah,
about,
it's all about
the way you market
marketing.
it. It's not about
100%.
what it actually is.
100%.
Look at Gangnam Style. Why the hell was that
Oh my
Avril song?
god.
Hey,
Why was
going
that
way
so-
back.
You see that guy? You know how much
Mad.
money that guy made just
Yeah.
because he marketed himself correctly? Please.
Yeah, man.
This is why I was like,
Because how
so
dare
dead.
you give the 5-year-old a fucking Rolex? Like, are you alright? Yeah? Because all he's thinking is, what the fuck is this? I want a fucking scooter. Like, what am I meant to do with it?
Dad, I want
I
slime.
can't even tell the
Fidget
fucking
spinner.
time. Like, it doesn't even tell me the time. I have to work it out. Like,
And
I
it's
have
in
to actually
Roman
work it
numerals,
out.
right?
Exactly.
So it's not even in English.
Furthermore, I
It's
don't
in a foreign language. Man can't even spell his name.
Nothing is entertaining me because the clock ain't even
It don't even
ticking.
Bro, it don't tick.
So, like,
Sleeping.
what the fuck is this about?
Rollies don't tick, so I can't even make beats and
Like,
listen
I can't
to
even,
the
like,
roll.
it's not like tick, 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 tick.
No.
Like, that's dead. I'm not about it. Nah. Future.
have another
Future,
one.
big man.
Nah, I just
Future, big man. Stop
Wait,
it.
is that the noise that it makes?
It goes round.
that's a mad sweeping noise.
No,
isn't
but
it?
I'm just saying, obviously that's if it's broken it makes that noise. But I'm just saying, just like arseheads and
Just like Arsehead.
Future.
oh, baby Future. Baby Future didn't want that because did anyone see his reaction? He opened the box. He was like, "Okay, next."
I'm like, Mama, how much can I get for this shit? Mama, can I buy me a scooter with this shit or not? Because I don't want this shit.
Mama, what your husband get me?
In it.
Like that's what he was thinking. Like no,
It's true.
Obviously, I just feel like I think it's cute that DJ Khaled is gonna like put everything in our head.
No, it is very
it's cute and
cute.
shit. But like, what is
I
he
wish
gonna
my
have
dad
to do
put
to
lad
get
in my
that?
name, but blood clear. You know, something.
Because most people, you have an ISA account, you know, you can't touch it till you're 21. That's cute and shit. But like, why are you like? Why is everyone laughing? Why is everyone laughing?
Oh, snap. No, you're just hitting bad things right
No,
now.
I'm just saying, like most people,
Shit.
you have an account, you can't touch it till you're 21 because your grand's been stacking peas in there for you. And even when you hit 21, it takes the world and its wife to actually get the money out. But us is just gonna have stacks laying around. Doesn't make no sense.
Let's move the topic. Because
I'm
I've
sorry.
checked about 100
I'm
times.
sorry. Shall I tell you why? Because I saw one tweet one. you know when DJ Khaled was performing at Wireless, and it said DJ Khaled and friends, and then they got rid of the and friends, and then it was just DJ Khaled. And someone actually tweeted saying, "What am I meant to be watching Arsehead run around for half an hour?" I was just buzzing, and then from then I was like,
mad.
"That's very funny." They're cute, so it's not even a problem.
I'm so dumb. So the next topic is a bit not as funny, but
I was it deep.
not deep, but it's
I
just,
should have started with this then.
no, because no. Anyway,
No.
it wasn't in the order, and I forgot that I even put it there.
That's
But
fine. My elbows are bare dry.
I got cream. No, I don't. It's wrong bag. Sorry. Gang members keeping a score
Oh, saw this.
on their tax and whatever. So apparently
Some bullshit.
there are
man.
points given. 50 points if you get them on the head. 30 points to the chest, 20 points in stomach, 10 for a leg, and 5 for an arm. Now, some people are saying, everyone is saying that these gangs are doing
range.
But literally,
Sniper.
but the argument is that
shooting or
no, it was stabbing.
Oh, stabbing.
So the argument is, are they
It's a game now,
basically
bro.
is media
It's a
is the
game
media
now.
basically putting, because apparently in the comments this is bullshit. Apparently there's no such thing as this scoring points, but then at the same time, who do you believe? The people that are stabbing everyone, or the people telling you about the stabbings?
But at the end of the day, it don't make no difference. Whoever's telling the truth, because now it's on the news. If it's not a ting, it's now a ting.
Yeah.
And if it is a ting, it is a ting. So what difference does it make? That's just
It's just
all
feeding the media,
bullshit,
man.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm saying. Why is that? Like, it's actually, why are they putting it out on the news like it's a game? And if it wasn't a game, it's now a game.
100.
Yeah.
100. Because they're probably thinking, oh,
That's
that's
a good idea. Why are we not doing
I
that?
say that.
think
Wonder
of
what our
that.
score is already.
we can do gang wars
So what?
and
Yeah.
add up points and shit.
So when did they
Fucking
upload this shit?
houses.
I saw it today.
I saw it today.
I heard it
I
on
saw
the
it
radio.
2 months ago on the news, like the Sun, isn't it? Yeah, the Sun. I told you, isn't it?
Yeah,
I was at work and I was reading. I was like, rah. And then they got the score points on the head.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
I was like, flipping hell, man. Like, whoa.
You never had a child and I see that on the news. I would have beat my child just for no reason.
100%.
I would have been like, come,
See that? Yes. If you ever think about doing something stupid like that, you see? Remember what just you know that?
It's like when your friend's man cheats on your friend and you just want to slap your man just because.
Just because.
Yeah,
That's why I
but
tried that
yeah,
shit. Niggas ain't shit. That's why I did it. That's why. But it wasn't. But you a nigga, right? I'm just saying.
But you're a nigga,
right?
Nah, these kids are out of control.
Did you see that video? There's a video that was
No,
on
but they
Facebook
just
today
need to
of the
be
black
beaten.
girls
I
in
don't
Tottenham.
understand what happened to
I have
beatings.
seen it, but I didn't want to watch
The
it.
mother's response
And I heard
was
some mother's
ridiculous as
response.
well.
Wait, what?
So basically, there's these girls. I'm probably thinking they're like in year 8 or year 9 or whatever, and they're in
Talking
Tottenham.
mad crud fun.
And they were just, she was just taking like, one girl was like, I just come back from busting one girl's Ross. You don't think I will bust your Ross too? And then the other girl's pulling up her box spray like, what? You think I'll fuck you up? Then she dragged the girl and she's dragging her up and whatever.
The little schoolgirls.
Yeah, the little schoolgirls in their school uniform as well, yeah? So now the mum's response was like,
Sorry, it's my
stop calling me about the something block life. You keep sending me the video about Kayla Ala, you hypocrites and you John Crow, you fucking this and all of this stuff. So now I'm like, okay, cool. I hear that. I hear everything. I mean, I didn't because she was talking hella fast and I just caught the key words.
Okay.
But I was like, I hear that you want to defend your kid because my mum said that I can legit kill someone and she'll have my back, which
She just beat you
My
behind
G.
closed doors.
You know, like that.
Exactly.
But
Because
that was a bit
black parents don't
mad.
like shame, innit?
yeah, but that was a bit mad. Just ignore it, because now you look like an idiot.
magic.
You know, like that. It's on Facebook, circulate. Your child's face is everywhere. Your now voices will come better than that. Your daughter is being investigated by Fed. You're now doing voice note and looking like an idiot.
I might
Come
just beat
on.
my child from day it's born, you know. The way this
Finish.
Finish it.
No, bro. No, this.
Come on,
try that.
like a bad
No, you know what it is?
Never try that.
I look like
As
a bad.
black people, we actually feel shame for black people's
100%.
fuckeries. Like that is what
For
it
real,
is. Like,
man.
I feel shame when I see a black person acting dumb. I feel shame. So when I saw that video, I was like, I couldn't even watch it. I could not watch it till the end because I already saw them railing up and like
See, the
hands in
problem
the
with
face and
that,
shit.
yeah, is
So I
the
just couldn't watch
stigma.
it.
The stigma and the racism. For another black person to look at another black person and feel shame when they're doing something, because we know that that one black person represents everybody.
100%.
Everybody. Absolutely. Well, white person, no. But they'll walk down the street and see someone acting like, oh, you okay? Or they just ignore it, because that don't represent everyone for them. But for us, we know whoever is watching you that is not of our colour, that's every black person
And
as
it's even
well.
worse when they're Caribbean because it's
I've got two
especially
sides to
when they're
this.
Jamaican.
I've got two sides to this.
Okay,
video.
what's your two sides?
First of all, she should have uppercut the girl properly.
Wow.
Ah,
Yeah.
Wow,
Finish.
no, of course.
No,
Finish
of course.
him.
No, she should have uppercut.
finish him.
Or just turn around and go. And she's talking BS anyway. Just
Bullshit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Turn around
Oh
and go
yeah, you
back.
can swear.
Is it cool?
Yeah.
No, she's talking bullshit already. Just turn around, fam. How many times did we have people chatting?
Yeah.
Bro,
I'm a bit of a hothead still.
We had to.
He has to talk me out of a lot of things. He has to talk me out of a lot of
And he'll
things.
do it with a smile on his face, you know. You see this smile? I swear to God, this guy never frowns. That smile is
that's so
always on his.
Not even banging you in your face. I'd be having nightmares for the rest of my life.
Just walk away.
I didn't think about it, I'm not gonna lie.
Man said that's nice.
Just walk away, isn't it? Like,
yeah, definitely. It's good to walk away. You get me?
It's hard. It's the hardest thing to do, but you
It's the one
it
that
doesn't matter what age you are.
Definitely, I would have beat my
So
child.
why are parents not teaching these children?
I don't know what parents are teaching.
Why
No,
are
but you know what it
picking
is,
on the
yeah.
road after
Why?
school?
That's what
No,
I'm
I
saying.
don't think it's
Come
the
home.
parents.
Do you know where?
No, it's not the parents, because you see that
Children
thing on
do whatever
Snapchat.
they
Oh
bloody
my
wanna
god, I
do,
wait to
fam.
piss myself. The mother, yeah, the son was on Snapchat doing the most.
Oh, yeah, I
He was a girl
saw.
chatting shit,
Boxed
yeah.
you in the face,
No,
innit?
yeah. But no, so she go onto his Snapchat and start snapping. Right, he ain't getting no phone.
That
This,
bad
that, and
man
the other.
friend
If you
is
say
not
that,
there.
your bad man, boom,
Boom.
bad man. Look at the bad on his Snapchat and post it. Said, listen, this is my snap. Add me. If you ever see the boy on Snapchat again, send it to me. Tell me. I was like, the poor child's just sitting there. Because obviously, what you gonna do?
can't
Your
do
mother's
nothing,
badding
man.
you up. You can't do nothing. Boy, she's like,
Can't do nothing.
That's a good
there's a bad man, yeah.
though.
This is your back tumbling.
That's a
Oh,
good
the
discipline.
shame.
I can't lie.
All that little kid,
For
remember?
shame.
You was all doing whining and doing that thing on the floor like this.
What?
And then after
Little
that, walked in. You see it? You didn't
No,
see it?
I didn't see it,
Oh,
bro.
shit. The guy was all doing the words.
But it's
and
me,
shit.
because I'm sorry, yeah. A little child is there whining and grinding on the floor. Why you know how to do that?
What's that go?
Why do you
Oh,
know
the
how to
guy.
do that?
I
Oh.
was shocked.
But then-
What the hell's going on now?
What the parents letting these
I'll
kids
be
see?
honest. I don't think the parents. There's only so much the parents.
Yeah, there's
can
a
do, 'cause
limit.
I know. I was speaking for myself. Like even when we had the mommy daughter show, my mum's still burning about something that I probably lied to her about. Like who knows? But I think like there's only so much the parents can do. If we're being honest, like if I tell my
Definitely.
kid don't go here, they're still gonna find a way to go there. Whether they tell me that they're at their friend's house
Yeah.
and whatever.
Nah, please,
I know all
sorry.
the lies in the book, but whatever we know, the kid's probably still gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, we gotta put a statue of
But with
Trust.
that being said, however, with that being said, some of these parents don't give a fuck about what their kids are doing and they're just letting their kids do whatever. So the fact that your child is out in their uniform still. I don't really know what time of day this was. Could have been at lunchtime for all I know, but I'm just saying.
day after school or something.
The fact that your kid is out doing bits on the roadside, why?
No, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Tell
I'm
me
sorry.
why.
School finished 3 o'clock. Tell me my mother say to me, if you're not in this house by 4 o'clock, watch me and you. You
Yeah.
see?
You know them ones.
My
do
ass
it.
was in by 3:30. Don't know how Superwoman managed to
Fair
get
works.
home in half hour, but still. Listen, I was too
Fair
scared of my mum
works.
to be doing
Guys,
anything.
guys.
Nah. Too
Guys,
scared. Just
listen, Cho,
the uppercut. My mother would uppercut.
Cho, how would you feel, yeah, if your daughter came home, yeah, and she just
pregnant.
got punched up?
Well, I'm punching them up, innit? But bitch, keep your ass indoors, because I swear
It
to
wouldn't
God,
happen then,
if
isn't
you
it?
shame me, I can
But
shame
why
you.
did she get punched
That's
up?
okay.
I think that would be my first question.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
happened?
yeah.
That's a true question.
No, I don't care.
You know
My
what? I
child's
feel
punch,
like
I
it's
punch.
different
I'm still
from
punch you
mothers to
up
fathers,
because I
you
can
know?
beat the child afterwards.
Listen, I have a goddaughter, yeah. So if she came home and her face was wrecked, bruv, I don't know.
Exactly,
like, I
it
would
doesn't
be
matter
like-
if your face
I would
is
be-
No,
wrecked.
but you've already said you're a hothead, so we're not listening to you.
Yeah, I would just.
No, that's what I'm
like,
saying. Your child, but tell me,
I'm
yeah.
rational.
If
All right, you're rational. Your
I'm
daughter
rational.
comes home,
Yeah.
yeah. Her face is all bruised up, bloodied up, whatever. She got in a fight, even if it's her fault.
someone's dead.
You're not doing
No,
something.
I want to know what the fight was about and what happened.
It could be
Because-
over bullshit
no,
because
no,
these
no,
kids be
because
trying to stab people
this is
over
why,
pennies.
This is why I need to teach my kid. This is, and I swear to God, hand on my heart, I think this is where probably all of you are going to disagree with me. Because if you did something to turn on that ass whooping, then your ass should have got
Turn it on.
whooped. And if you didn't fight back and you didn't win, that sounds like a you problem.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna give
Let's
it 100.
let's-
like a
No,
you
that sounds like a you problem because if you obviously did something to provoke this, right? And if you didn't think that you could handle that,
Yeah.
then you shouldn't have done it. You should have, my
Definitely.
friend. And that's where you've learned your
agree.
lesson.
I
Because if
agree.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
keep fighting your battles for you, you're just gonna keep being like, yeah, my mum will come and thump you up anyway. No, but don't run up your mouth because there's always someone bigger, badder than you.
100%.
There's always someone bigger and badder than you. So pick
100%.
your fucking
Nah,
battles.
shit. If it's a
No, yeah,
school
they'll know that.
playground
They need to
thing,
know
though,
that.
no, it's
Definitely.
No, because if you think
they
about
don't know
it,
that,
if you think
it's
about it in
alright.
schools, yes, there are bullies, but I don't expect my child to ever be bullied. Okay, there's a difference. And if my child has picked a fight with somebody, can you pick the fight with the correct person, please? Because if you're seeing this 10-foot tall girl looking like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you're still picking the fight, doing fuckery. Then that sounds like a you problem.
And these youths look like, what they look like?
Imagine she's looking like
Tarzan.
Jesus nowadays.
Any Hulk looking.
That's a you
Full beard and everything. Yeah, eight.
What do you understand?
What? what?
But I hear that.
Even my little
Like,
brother
how's my
starting
girl
to
losing her
tongue
hair
kind of like.
in year 8? Like, why she would talk back in year 8? That don't make no sense. So, that sounds like a you problem. I'm just going to be honest, it sounds like a you problem. So,
Definitely, depending on how extreme it is. If you get a call from the hospital.
oh yeah, no, someone's got to die.
Yeah, 100%. That's.
See, I swear to God,
the first.
You got a good thumping for what you did.
What did you do? Then good. I'm gonna have to ask you, what did you do? Because I'm not gonna come
You
and
can't
fight
hear,
your
you
back.
must feel, innit?
It depends on.
Start running up your mouth all the time talking about my mum will come and fuck you up. No,
depends on that
I will
level.
fuck you up. Don't never get that
100.
twisted. I will fuck you up.
No, see, my child, I'll fuck both of you up.
Used to do that.
I'll fuck them up, but I will come back for you. You can heal up like a piece, so I'm out, yeah? Right.
So I used to do that.
Wait,
all
like
the
your
time.
skin.
And then I'd have to come after school to high school and just show face. Because she was
Just
going
so they
around and telling people, my sister will come and bang you up, you know. My sister will come and bang you up. Thinking, I'm not going to bang no child that is 4 years younger than me. However, if they lay a
Yeah, you
hand
just
on
go
you,
there and
it's
look at
a
them.
wrap. So she's telling me people chatting shit. So I just stood there. I went there and stood there.
No,
I'm so
been there
sorry.
once.
I said I didn't even open my mouth, but I like the fact
Sometimes you
that
have to
my
show your presence.
sir.
Yeah, you
Nah.
sometimes.
Tremble at my presence.
I understand that one. Nah,
Kneel before me. I am your master. Bastard child. Come to my sister again. You know I will kneel on toe on your lip, fam.
But
Puss clot. Sorry.
Ra.
I was triggered. It just brought back memories.
Innit?
Back so many
But I
memories.
wonder if your little siblings really think that you're gonna come and fight people in their school, like say, you ain't gonna get arrested for that shit.
With my grown self.
But no.